Every human on this planet is given the same gift each day, 24 hours. Rich or poor, successful or struggling, disciplined or distracted, no one gets more and no one gets less. Yet the difference between an ordinary life and an extraordinary one is not talent or luck. It is how those 24 hours are used. Most people don't lose time, they leak it to distractions, overthinking, fear, and habits that give comfort today but regret tomorrow. Monks understood this long before smartphones, deadlines, and noise took over our lives. They mastered time by mastering the mind. To manage your 24 hours like a monk does not mean escaping the world. It means living in it with awareness, control, and purpose. It means deciding what deserves your energy before the world decides for you. When your minutes are intentional, your life becomes meaningful. Time is not your enemy, distraction is. When you bring discipline to your day, peace to your mind, and clarity to your actions, you stop chasing life, and life starts responding to you. Master your minutes, and you will master your destiny. Every single day begins the same way for all of us. The clock resets, the sun rises, and without exception, each person is handed 24 hours. No one is given a bonus hour for talent, wealth, or status. No one is punished with fewer hours because of struggle or failure. Time itself is completely fair, yet when we look at people's lives, the results are wildly different. Some people grow, build, and move forward. Others remain stuck, exhausted, and frustrated. This difference does not come from having more time. It comes from how that time is used. Most people believe they are short on time, but in reality, they are short on clarity. Hours are spent reacting instead of choosing. Minutes disappear into scrolling, worrying, complaining, and postponing important actions. Time is not wasted all at once. It is slowly leaked through small, unconscious decisions made throughout the day. Monks understand this deeply. They don't treat time as something to be filled. They treat it as something to be respected. Each block of time has a purpose. Even rest has intention. Because of this, their days feel full, but not rushed. When you recognize that time is equal but usage is not, responsibility shifts back to you. You stop blaming lack of time and start examining how you spend it. You begin asking better questions. Is this activity moving my life forward? Is this worth my energy? Is this the best use of this hour? Once you see time this way, you realize that small improvements in daily choices create massive long-term change. Managing time is not about doing more. It is about doing what matters consistently within the same 24 hours. Everyone else has. Most people think time is stolen by busy schedules, demanding jobs, or unexpected responsibilities. In reality, time is rarely taken from us. It is quietly stolen by distraction. Distraction does not announce itself loudly. It slips in gently, disguised as entertainment, multitasking, or just a short break. Minutes disappear when the mind is scattered. A task that should take 20 minutes stretches into an hour because attention keeps drifting. Phones vibrate, tabs stay open, thoughts wander, and before we realize it, the day feels heavy and unfinished. This is how distraction drains time, not suddenly but steadily. Monks live by a different rule. They understand that where attention goes, life goes. That is why they guard their attention with discipline. They remove unnecessary noise, limit choices, and create environments that support focus. Their power does not come from doing many things, but from being fully present with one thing at a time. Distraction weakens clarity. When the mind jumps constantly from one thought to another, decisions become poor and energy gets exhausted quickly. You may feel busy all day yet accomplish very little. This creates frustration, stress, and the illusion that life is moving fast while you are standing still. When you recognize distraction as the real thief, you stop fighting time and start protecting focus. You realize that controlling your environment, your habits, and your attention is more important than working longer hours. Focus turns ordinary time into productive time, and disciplined attention turns simple actions into meaningful progress. Most people try to manage their time by making schedules, lists, and plans, yet still feel overwhelmed and unfocused. The reason is simple. Time cannot be controlled until the mind is controlled. A restless, cluttered mind will misuse even the best plan, while a calm, disciplined mind can create order out of chaos. Monks begin their mastery with the mind because they understand that every action starts as a thought. When thoughts are scattered, actions become weak and inconsistent. When thoughts are clear, actions become precise and intentional. Time management is therefore not a mechanical skill, it is a mental one. An uncontrolled mind seeks comfort, not progress. It avoids difficult tasks, chases instant pleasure, and resists discipline. This is why procrastination happens. It is not laziness, it is the mind choosing short-term relief over long-term growth. Until the mind is trained, time will always be misused. Monks train the mind through awareness, silence, and repetition. They observe their thoughts instead of obeying them. This creates a powerful gap between impulse and action. In that gap, choice is born. Once you can pause before reacting, you gain the ability to decide how your time will be spent. When the mind is calm, focus becomes natural. You no longer feel rushed or pressured by the clock. You move through tasks with presence instead of anxiety. Mastering the mind first allows time to be used with purpose, discipline, and control. Even in the busiest of days, most people move through their days on autopilot. They wake up, check their phones, rush through routines, react to problems, and repeat the same patterns without noticing how their time is being spent. Life passes not because time is short, but because awareness is absent. Without awareness, minutes blur together and days lose their meaning. Monks live differently. They treat every action as a conscious act. Whether they are walking, eating, working, or resting, they are fully present. This awareness slows the mind, sharpens focus, and brings depth to even the simplest moments. Time feels richer when it is lived intentionally. Living with awareness means noticing how you spend your hours and why. It means recognizing when you are acting out of habit instead of choice. Many distractions survive only because they go unnoticed. The moment awareness enters, unnecessary behaviors begin to fall away naturally. Awareness also creates emotional control. When you are conscious of your thoughts and feelings, you stop reacting impulsively. Instead of losing time to frustration, anger, or worry, you respond with clarity. This prevents emotional exhaustion and preserves mental energy throughout the day. When you live with awareness, every minute becomes an opportunity rather than something to escape from. Tasks are no longer rushed, and moments are no longer wasted. Awareness transforms ordinary time into purposeful living and gives you control over how each part of your day unfolds. Most people see discipline as restriction. They believe structure limits creativity, routine kills joy, and rules remove freedom. In reality, the opposite is true. Lack of discipline creates chaos, while discipline creates space, clarity, and control. Without structure, the day controls you. With discipline, you control the day. Monks understand that discipline is not punishment, it is self-respect. They follow routines not because they are forced to, but because routine removes unnecessary decisions. When you don't waste energy deciding what to do next, that energy becomes available for what truly matters. An undisciplined day is filled with constant choices: when to work, when to rest, what to focus on, what to ignore. These endless decisions drain mental energy and create stress. Discipline simplifies life. When habits are fixed, the mind feels lighter and more focused. True freedom comes from knowing your time is protected. When you set boundaries around your hours, distractions lose their power. You are no longer pulled in every direction by moods, impulses, or external demands. Discipline gives you the freedom to say no to what doesn't serve you and yes to what does. Through discipline, time stops feeling like pressure and starts feeling like opportunity. Structure brings calm. Routine builds confidence, and when your day has order, your mind experiences peace instead of exhaustion. Many people stay busy from morning to night, yet feel empty at the end of the day. This happens because activity without intention drains energy instead of fulfilling it. Being occupied is not the same as being purposeful. Without intention, time is spent, but nothing meaningful is built. Monks never act randomly. Every task, no matter how small, is guided by intention. Whether they are working, studying, resting, or serving others, they know why they are doing it. This clarity transforms ordinary actions into meaningful ones and prevents time from feeling wasted. Intention directs focus. When you know the purpose behind an action, distractions lose their grip. The mind stops wandering because it understands the value of the moment. Work becomes deeper, rest becomes more refreshing, and progress becomes visible. Living with intention also aligns actions with values. Instead of reacting to external pressure, you act according to what matters to you. This creates inner satisfaction and reduces regret. When intentions are clear, decisions become simpler, and time is used with confidence. Minutes gain weight when they are connected to purpose. Even short periods of focused, intentional effort can outperform hours of unfocused activity. Intention turns time from something that passes into something that builds life is often measured in years, but it is actually shaped in minutes. The direction of your future is determined not by one big decision, but by thousands of small choices made every day. Each minute you spend is a vote for the kind of life you are creating. Most people wait for motivation, perfect conditions, or major opportunities to change their lives. Monks understand that transformation happens quietly through consistent control of daily moments. When minutes are used with care, progress becomes inevitable. Small actions repeated daily create powerful momentum. A few minutes of focused learning, reflection, or effort may seem insignificant, but over time they compound into wisdom, skill, and strength. Wasted minutes do the same. They slowly build regret and stagnation. When you master your minutes, you gain confidence in yourself. You begin to trust your discipline and decisions. Time stops feeling like an enemy and becomes a tool you can use deliberately. This sense of control reduces anxiety and increases self-respect. By treating each minute as valuable, you change how you live each day. Days shape habits, habits shape character, and character shapes destiny. Mastering minutes is not about rushing life. It is about guiding it with awareness, discipline, and purpose. Remember this. You do not need more time. You need more control over the time you already have. When you learn to think like a monk, your days become calmer, your actions become sharper, and your life becomes intentional. Master your mind, protect your focus, live with awareness, and respect every minute. Do this consistently, and your 24 hours will stop slipping away and start building the life you truly want.